And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the Mass Coliseum 8 Group D, day number 2. We just wrapped up with our first series of the night. We just wrapped up with Spirit versus Clem, and now we are here with Spirit versus Zoun. And if you saw that head-to-head history between these two players, Spirit, he has a winning record. He has a winning record here against Zoun. And fun fact, if Spirit wins this series, then Spirit will go by undefeated in first place in Group D. Oh boy, here we go. As spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the South Korean Protoss player. It is Zoun. In the top right, we have the Polish Terran, Spirit. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will take the series. Best of luck in the chat. Again, Spirit, if he takes this one series, this one matchup here against Zoun, he will come out in first place. If Zoun wins this matchup, then things get interesting. Then things get a little bit more wild. I believe the scoreline, depending on how Zoun defeats Spirit, it may come down to like a head-to-head between Spirit and Clem, which Spirit would come out ahead in as well. So things can get wild. We'll see. So yeah, this turns out. Again, as we mentioned before, Oliveira, mathematically, he cannot make it out of the group. He cannot make it out of Group D. But right now, it's between Spirit, Clem, and Zoun. All three of them are vying for that playoff spot. Oh boy. Here we go. So now we are going to be settling in and embracing our PvT. From here, we're loading into Amygdala, of course, a much larger map, longer rush distance by ground, I should emphasize. This time we see that Spirit, he has not gone for an eBay block. Zoun able to expand quite freely back at home. Oh, and so is Spirit. As Zoun, he doesn't quite get the block off. And the command center gets placed on location. So nicely done here by Spirit. Spirit going to be opening up economically. And of course, Spirit is well warmed up. See how Zoun does adapt his approach. I'm sure Zoun was watching that previous PvT. I'm sure he's taking notes and gotten a glimpse of what Spirit has to offer. And again, I feel like what really shone for Spirit in the last series was his drop play, was his counterattacks, was his aggression, his harassment, I should emphasize. Was enough to pull Clem apart. But it also kind of worked against Clem's style as well. Like I was trying to emphasize it as well, but Clem, clearly he wanted to take these fights, wanted to take these main engagements. Clem wanted to be the aggressor, and clearly wasn't necessarily too set up or too interested in defending back at home. And even leaving supply back at home in preparation for defense for drop play, which is what Spirit did abuse. For now, though, we have a very different opener here. Zoun going to be opening up not Twilight Council, but Stargate. Okay, going to be a Stargate opener instead. Meanwhile, Depth shades into the main, gets a full scout, gets an eye on the 1-1-1. Even delays the starport. Nicely done here by Zoun. Gets some damage, gets scouting information. From here, can go into either Oracle or Phoenix aggression. Production, even. Delaying the starport for a second for a second time. 2 SCBs go down. Very nice pickups. Phoenix production has begun for Zoun. With this Luna gain map control, just repositioning. Let's go. Getting into that gamer stance. Likewise, shout out to Spirit's posture. Unwavering in that last series. This one as well so far. Crazy. And we'll see what Spirit can get done. As for the time being, he's building up towards his drop play. Medevac is in production. And we do see Zoun going to be taking and transitioning from Phoenixes into a Twilight Council. So this will not be, at least not initially, Phoenix Colossus. It's going to be Phoenix most likely into Charge. As you typically avoid Blink with this kind of style, just because Blink Stalkers and Phoenixes, they have the same goal. They achieve the same role, I should say. So we should be seeing those charge lots. You know, Spirit moving out with his drop. Double Widowmine towards the main. Or even towards the natural. Oh my god, meanwhile, that is not what I was expecting. That is not charged, I just claim it Eps. Okay, is Zoun gonna be more committed instead? You have my attention. Widowmine drops in. Nice pickup. We'll delay the mine shots. Extra depths get warped in. That should be a bit of a suspicious sign here. Water mines are cleaned up. Medevac as well. 3 more gateways on the way. This looks like a 2-base all-in. Wow, 2-base all-in out of Zoun. 4 gates in production. I believe that's going to be 7 gates in total on 2 bases. There's a 5th gateway. Oh, sorry, there's a 5th gateway on the way. I believe that's going to be an 8-gate setup. So 8 gates on 2 bases. Mass Adept. Mass Glaives. I feel like we're back in the start of Legacy of the Void. Again, you rarely see Mass Glaive Adept against Terran. And because of that, we'll see if we can catch Spirit off guard. For now, Spirit, he's got 1 tank at the natural, I believe. He has a safety Cyclone, which won't help much against the Adepts. Again, just the 1 tank. Phoenix is a check. There is no stim. Playing the production. They get eyes on the Cyclone. And here comes the Shade. Here comes the commitment. The first tank is going to go down. Oh, turret does help though. Takes down one of the Phoenixes, takes down the other as well. Oh, the tank still will fall. That's a lot of Phoenixes falling. You know what, they take down the mineral line, they dive on the Cyclone. Hot pickup. And Marines go down, and Zoun, he has done it. He has broken the back of Spirit. GG gets called, and Zoun with the 2-base all-in takes a lead. Oh, he's a happy boy. Let's go. GG, well played. Very satisfied with himself. GG, and Zoun will take a lead, and Zoun is 1 game away from claiming the series. GG, well played. Again, it was an 8 gates at 2-base glaive all-in. It was crazy. Of course, did start with Phoenixes, and scouting was denied. Bear that in mind. Spirit, he was denied scouting. And we'll see if Zoun can pull off another wild build. Let's go. Let us go. Successful glaives versus Terran. This is something I saw in my bingo card. Yeah, it's very rare, right? It's a very rare sight. It's like I wouldn't be surprised if this is the only time I see this build this year. Like, I think I saw Glaive Adepts against Terran like once last year as well. Like maybe once in all of our casting of 2024. It's just a very rare sight. And even when it comes to Zoun, we've been casting a lot of Zoun recently, and he himself hasn't really whipped this out yet. So I do want to believe that maybe Zoun, he's been cooking and getting ready here for this Master Coliseum group. And so far, so good. But now we're getting into Game 2. Game 2 is going to be on Frostline. Spirit doesn't show any emotion. I mean, that's what Spirit, he is known for being very emotionless. It's true. It's you know, kind of like how I saw Glaive Adepts once in 2024 against Terran. Likewise, I think I saw Spirit like smirk once in 2024 as well. I think we saw that once. He has shown some signs of life at some point in his career. Oh no. Aye. And here we go. We're getting into game number 2. And sporting in the bottom left-hand corner, we have Zoun, the Green Protoss. And that's all right. We have Spirit, the Polish Terran, down in the series. So we'll see if we can bounce back. Personally, I'm hoping for an ace match, regardless of how this series unfolds. I want to see Game 3, but the pressure is on Spirit. And likewise, my eyes are on Zoun. Clearly, Zoun is going to be a little more experimental with his play. A little more experimental as we load into Frostline. I mean, I would favor aggression here as well. We've spoken about this before, but Frostline is a very awkward map. It's a very large map, that is true, but the bases are very spread out, and we have seen a lot of players struggle to defend their thirds and struggle to defend their fourth bases as well. It is not an easy thing to do here on Frostline. So we'll see how aggressive our players plan on being. If Zoun 2-0 Spirit and Oliveira, does Clem miss out? How will the math look on that? Potentially, yeah. If Zoun doesn't drop if Zoun does not drop a map tonight, then it's very, very possible that Clem won't make it out of the group stage. That is true. So again, A lot is riding on Zoun's performance, on Spirit's performance. It's now out of Clem's hands. Clem, he's already played all of his games. It now comes down to how well or how poorly Zoun and Spirit perform. Comes down to these two players. And of course, Zoun in the next series as well. So we are going to be settling in. But now we do have our economic open out of Spirit going for the Rax expand. Likewise, Zoun going for his own gate setup as well. And we have our tech of choice, this time Twilight Council. Okay. No more Stargate play, going for the Twilight Council into Blink. The question becomes, how many gateways, how committed, how aggressive is Zoun going to be? 3-gate Blink, 4-gate Blink, or anything crazy out of the norm as well. We'll see. This is when he opens like 2-base, 6-gate charge. It's like something crazy. Doesn't Spirit cheese a lot in TVP? Not in recent times, I don't think. Like, Spirit, he's relatively, like, mid-game oriented. At least he didn't against Clem. Wasn't really cheesy. He was aggressive, that's true, but it was very mid-game oriented. Like, by no means was Spirit ever all in against Clem. Here we go. Hello. Spirit going to be opening up Viking first. 2 more gates on the way. That is going to be a 3-gate setup here from Zoun. At least 3 gateways. But Spirit, is he setting up for an early tank push? Again, the early Viking is wild. Hellion poking in. It's going to be a Cyclone instead. Ooh, based on the early Viking and Cyclone, it looks like Spirit is blindly setting up here for a Stargate defense. And it's not a Stargate. So I'm concerned. This is delaying tank production. Yeah, tank production is delayed. There we go. First tank starts up. I believe Spirit just canceled the Cyclone. I think he just canceled the Cyclone. Started the tank instead. He's trying to set up. Zoun expanding, taking a 3rd. And Spirit, he's trying to build up back at home. Bunkers on the way. Now, thankfully for Spirit, Zoun isn't really being too active. Like, sure, he's moving up with some Stalkers, but there's no Warp Prism. There's no Warp Prism with this. Zoun, he skips the Warp Prism in favor of the 3rd base, of Charge. Like, Zoun, he's building up towards the mid-game. He's not being anywhere near as aggressive as Clem was, for example, in the previous series. Where Clem, he was just non-stop aggression and was very much so in Spirit's face. Zoun less so. So Zoun, he's just chilling, he's calming down, and likewise Spirit is building up and getting to his own eventual stim production, the rest of his bio upgrades as well. Stim has just begun. We can see Zoun going for a very gateway-heavy composition. 5 gates on the way. That's going to be an 8-gate setup on 3 bases. Into mass charge lot. So very gateway-heavy. Will be delaying his splash damage. Nice pick up out of Zoun. Does take down a Widowmine. Spirit is still building up. And we should soon be seeing a 3rd TC for Spirit. So he's still just getting ready for his eventual breakout. Still waiting for his upgrades. 2 more Raxes just got thrown down. Interesting. Spirit is going to be delaying his command center a little bit further. Meanwhile, Zoun, he does spot the drop. Oh no! Up! He gets. Oh, he barely does not get the full medevac. Barely escapes. Yeah, that was very close. That was very close. Spirit, he gets away. Upgrades are done. Maxes are about to finish. No shot Spirit goes for a 2-base all-in, right? I mean, it is available to him. If he wants to pull the boys with this eventual move out, he can. Nah, there it is. Third CC. Okay. That's what I was waiting for. I was waiting for the third CC. It now has begun for Spirit, so Spirit, he is expanding. Eventually. Hallucination does confirm. So Zoun, he's aware. And Spirit's now being active. Zoun racing back. Setting up his army, warping into 8 Zelts at a time. Zoun, he keeps up with the drop play. And because of the Observer, or I should say thanks to the Observer, Zoun, he confirms that there's no committed move out. Yeah, Spirit was being active with his bio army, where he left his tanks back at home. Left his reinforcements. So Zoun is comfortable. Behind the second robot for Zoun, 4th base as well. Zoun getting up to 4 base saturation. And headed towards Disruptor production as well. Likewise, Spirit also towards Ghost. So we're both headed towards the mid game. So once again, we're taking a breath. We're taking a breath here. Zoun is posturing, getting a 5th. Zoun maintaining some semblance of map control. At least trying to. Spirit being active. Zoun hoping to catch any stray units. The medevacs are exposed. He gets 1. He gets 1. He gets 2. Oh, he gets 3 as well. Very nice pickoffs. 3 medevacs go down. Spirit taking a lot of losses. Zoun maintains map control. We'll get supply blocks thanks to that pylon going down. The disruptors are building up. So what's the main army? Scan reveals the rotation. Spirit is aware. Oh, he wants a disruptor. He wants it. And he gets it as well. Disruptor goes down. Not bad. As both armies are maxed out. I do at least currently favor Zoun in a head-on fight. As Spirit is still mixing in some high-tech units. I'm referring to Ghosts and Vikings. So far, just 3 Ghosts of the main army. And only 2 Vikings, so there go reinforcements have arrived. 2 Vikings up to 6 Ghosts. Not bad. Diving the main army, where are the EMPs? Nice force field, EMPs towards the end. Nova goes up. Oh my god, and a massive connection. Yeah, Spirit, he's being chased down. Tanks are pulling one after the other. And Zoun, he can commit. And he's breaking through. Pushing right down mid. Catching Spirit out. Is running out of steam a little bit here. Oh, the Disruptors, they overextend. But the Disruptors, they survive. Reinforces, they can warp in on the front lines. Nova goes off once again, zoning back the army. Bit of friendly fire. But Zoun, he has done it. He has broken through. He has broken Spirit. And with that, yo, I mean, there's still a chance here that Clem does not make it out of the group. Massive connection in the mineral line. 19 SVs going down. Spirit, he cannot hold. GG gets called, and Zoun, he will take the 2-0. Zoun takes down Spirit. GG. GG, well played. Again, very nice play there out of Zoun, keeping up with all the drop play, keeping up with the attempted aggression out of Spirit. Likewise, it was a bit of an awkward start for Spirit as well, as he had assumed that it was going to be a Stargate opener, did of course have to switch gears. Was stuck at home that much longer. And GG. GG, well played. And with that, we have one series left here tonight. We have one series left. All right, we have to do some math. Some math is involved. Okay, up next is going to be Oliveira versus Zoun. As we mentioned before, Oliveira cannot make it through. But let's double check here. Okay. So based on the math, because Spirit did not get a win, that means that Clem, he is confirmed through. Okay, Clem, he will be able to make it through. He has a better score line than Spirit. So regardless, Clem, he will advance on into the next round. Now, if Oliveira beats Zoun, then Spirit makes it through. If Zoun beats Oliveira 2-0, then Zoun makes it through. So it's still up in the air. If Zoun defeats Oliveira 2-1, how's that work? I think 2-1 Zoun still advances on as well, if I'm not mistaken. Because he'll have a better scoreline. Yeah. He'll have a better scoreline. So we'll see. We shall see a little bit. I mean, it all comes down to Zoun versus Oliveira. Who makes it through, Spirit or Zoun? We're here to find out. We're going to be here to find out after the break. Take this time, take this moment, get some snacks, get some food, get some water, get ready for the final best of 3. See you soon.